Hello and welcome to Enterprise Morning on Enterprise Television. I am Kende Bodrin.
And I am Henry Igwebike.
Thank you so much for joining us as we bring you kick stories shaping Nigeria today. We will begin with a brief review of the newspaper headlines and then move into our main conversation for the day. You can join the conversation by liking, following us on all our social media platforms at Enterprise TV7. You can as well share. Thank you. So joining us this morning is His Greatness Agadaigo. Is a barrister and a public affairs analyst.
And also, if possible, we will equally have Innocent Adoloba, journalist, public affairs analyst, development communicator, to join us. His Greatness joins us from Delta State, Warri precisely, while Innocent Adoloba joins us from Lagos State, Nigeria. Good morning to you, barrister, and welcome to Enterprise Morning today.
Good morning, Mr. Henry Igwebike, and good morning.
Good morning.
All right.
Mrs. Bodri, thank you.
Thank you so very much for your time. So I would love us to start with the newspapers today. We have 4 newspapers to go today. Let's kickstart with the Vanguard newspaper for today. Big story: how we escaped assassination in Benin. Obi Onyegu, and we have the picture there of Onyegu and Obi. This is actually quite sad to democracy in Nigeria, where we are already playing a thuggish kind of politics. It's really not going down well, and I think so.
Okay, we also have U.S. Congress recommends measures to end Christian persecution in Nigeria.
And also we have on the top strip equally that CBN cuts interest rate to 26.5%. How well would this do to our economy is the big question. Things are still very expensive. Inflation is an all-time high. Employment is unemployment rather is actually quite high. Transportation for Nigerians is not there yet. Accommodation is one big problem. So if interest rate is cut, how much will that do to the economy? And that's the big question.
We also have Tinubu to opposition. Elections not won on social media.
Well, that is good for someone who has said grab it, take it, and run with it. Let's see how that goes. So we have other stories. President accepts Egbetokun'S resignation as IGP appoints Tunji Disu in acting capacity.
And the last story here, we have phone tapping charge. DSS can't try me over casual remarks on TV. El-Rufai tells court.
All right, so let's okay.
Damages.
Okay. So let's get to the talking point for today. President accepts Egbetokun'S resignation as IGP appoints Tunji Disu in acting capacity.
Yep.
Barrister, were you expecting this? It's quite interesting how things unfold in Nigeria. Egbetokun'S resignation, his retirement should have happened in 2023. The Police Amendment Act, or whatever they call it, was done in favor of Egbetokun'S, and he had an extension to 2027. Why do you think at this point Egbetokun'S had to, pull out the uniform and say he is okay with the job?
You're putting me in a very mountain spot, but
well,
I will.
It's your job. This is what you do every day. So let's have you say.
Is to read the president's mind. Is to read the president's mind and speak accordingly. Funny enough, on Saturday when we were talking, I was in these police games. I'm in Asaba, and I saw the IG. I was looking very hopeful. It did not look like somebody who by Monday will be retiring from the police force. It looked like somebody who still have light years ahead to serve as IGP. On Saturday, that's how many days ago? 5 days ago, we spoke, Mr. Henry, if you remember. Good. I was in the stadium for the finals of the game. He came from Abuja, well received, and it was such a grandeur ceremony. He was there with full spirit. His wife was also there sitting by him. They wore yellow tracksuit. So he did not give any single impression that was the last time he was going to preside over the ceremonies of the police games. There was no such indication. He was full of joy, full of.
Barrister now. I think the voice is.
It was full of sportsmanship. Can you hear me?
For a bit.
Can you hear me?
He joins us
Can you
back because it's very important that we take a look at issues like this. Lots of people would say, do you think this is coming as a result of the many hurdles that he had passed through in the hands of Omoyele Sowore? Or is it Sahara Reporters that is possibly doing all of this to him? Well, that is an allegation, actually. But of course, the latest that we have is that the court has asked Sahara Reporters to stop publishing anything around Egbetokun'S and his family. We do not know if this is connected. The barrister, are you back with us?
Can you hear me? I've always been here. Okay. Can you hear me? Are you there? Hello? Hi.
Are you there,
barrister? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yeah. Okay, so like going by the best way I can even, because for now the official sources have not been able to give us any clear reason why he had to resign on Monday. None has been given so far. So and of course the president extended his tenure beyond his 60 years mandatory retirement because the president felt believes he is reliable, he is dependable, and he will fully serve his purpose. He will fully serve his purpose. That's the essence why the law had to be violated.
When you talk about peoples here, what are you talking about here? What are you referring to when you say he is there to serve the president's peoples?
You know, just like even Donald Trump, if you watch now, very unfortunately, our public servants are self-serving. And I'm sure this is the answer I gave during our MBA conference in August, 29th August 2025, that made one of your colleagues to recommend me to you to be one of your resource person in your program. This singular answer. Our public servants, when you put the interest of a nation on one side and you put their personal interest at the other side, they choose their personal interest. Our public servants are self-serving. That is why majority of Nigerians, in fact, all Nigerians wanted timely how do we call on the spot?
Yes, transmission of results.
Transmission of results in record time, in good time. The president and people do not want that. At the end of the day, you can see the speed at which the House of Reps reversed their earlier version, and it was passed to law within 48 hours. So when you put the interest, that's their culture. That is their tradition. It's like that's their modus operandi. When you put the interest of Nigerians in one side, left, and you put their own interest at the other side, they will always choose their narrow, myopic interest. And that is why for going to 3 years now, there have been no police reforms, there have been no judicial reforms, there have been no real electoral reforms. This electoral act, if it was not self-serving, the amendment ought to have been done in at least latest middle of 2020, not even by 2024, middle of 2024. It ought to have been done so that we do not test run it, so that hopefully it will now help to improve the 2027 election with real-time transmission of election results imputed into the new electoral act. So coming back home to your question, I believe the president believes that the IGP is no more dependable, is no more reliable, and he will not be able to, is not fit and proper. He's not fit and proper to serve his interests, most especially in the 2027 election, which is the major game at the moment. So that is why he not only sacrificed the IG, but he's going to sacrifice about 8 DIG who with years of experience, including my colleague Umba, who did election in Edo State. You know, he was the one in charge of that election in Edo State that made it to win. He did that.
That allowed who to win?
The election in Edo State, where APC triumphed over Obaseki's PD.
Over the other man with the PDP.
So somebody would have expected that there will be an IOU on the IG Uba for his diligent, elegant security provided that wherein the APC candidate now became successful. But you can see that people who scheme themselves, who carry out certain activities to try to favor any person, at the end of the day, when everything falls on the ground,
when the chips are down,
when you now begin to put it in filter, your such efforts will count for nothing. So that is why we advise every person, every citizen, do the right thing at all times.
Well.
Don't please sectional interest. Don't serve purposes. You know, media reports came that time after the election that a lot of APC some APC leaders expressed appreciation for DIG Uba over the Edo State election. But see now, he's going to be he was hoping that one day he will be IG. He was police spokesman. He has been this, he has been that. But see now, he's retiring. Even before becoming 60 years and without even hitting the ultimate position, which is the IG of police. So and the person who has been chosen is his junior to succeed him, and because of that, he has to retire because he cannot serve under his junior. That's against the norms and convention of the Nigerian police force. So you can see what has happened here, that politicians are not interested in you. They are not interested in your welfare. They only use you. Even when they are helping to influence your promotion or advancement, they are not doing it because they like you. They are doing it because they feel they are putting you in a position where they can use you lawfully and unlawfully, illegally, and use you to serve their myopic purposes.
All right.
I hope that people will get this understanding. This is the main answer in this question you have given to me. The fact that Egbetokun'S was Tinubu's ADC or thereabouts in Lagos
when
State.
He was the governor of Lagos State.
Was not helping him. If he has helped him in any way, if it is true from media reports that Tinubu helped to enhance his smooth progression in the police force, he did not do it because he loves Egbetokun'S. He did it because he knows that if I can scratch my back, I will scratch your back. As I'm helping you to higher offices, you will be able to serve my personal, selfish, self-centered, myopic, and oftentimes unlawful purposes. Right. So that is the game.
Then we can say
Nigeria
goes for nothing.
God bless you. In fact, for saying that, I'll pronounce your name very well. But,
okay, but then again, there's Egbetokun'S resignation. You know, does it affect police reforms legally?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? Did you get that?
Hello?
Barrister?
I didn't get that. Please come again.
Get that. Okay. So does Egbetokun'S resignation, does it affect police reforms legally?
Does it affect what?
Police reforms legally.
To say that is even the painful thing in the whole thing. I think Nigerians need to, we Nigerians, Obasanjo, no Ribado needs to apologize to Tafa Balogun. We need to apologize to Tafa Balogun. Because Tafa Balogun was found guilty of corruption and humiliated. During his tenure, he carried out police reforms. During his tenure, he regularly sent his squad to go to the highways to arrest police collecting at that time 20 naira and toll fees. Let me put it that way. Regularly, he arrested them. He put some kind of check on payment for bail. At least, if not anywhere, but at the Louis Edet house in Abuja. And yet, this man was humiliated, disgraced out of the force, because Obasanjo's regime wanted to show that no one is above the law in his fight against corruption. Any person found wanting will not be spanked. So if you put Tafa Balogun's record, pari passu, you compare it with that of Egbetokun'S, it means that why Tafa Balogun may be scoring, in my opinion now, 8/10, Egbetokun'S 80/100. 80/100. Egbetokun'S will be scoring 3/100, 3%. So that's why I say we need to apologize to Tafa Balogun. As far as I'm concerned, for the past almost 3 years, there is no police reform going on. The police since May 29th, 2023, their welfare has not fared better. They have been in fact, law and order in Nigeria has almost collapsed. Law and order has almost collapsed. Personally, as a lawyer, I don't go to police station because of the things that they say happened there, and some which I've witnessed. And for those who go to police station like lawyers, they said it's a hell lot worse now than even more than we can even speak of. It's a hell more. So there have not been any single police reform. You know what? Tafa Balogun was the one that brought that motto that the police is your friend, to serve with integrity. And he tried to even do it to some extent to bring that civilian nicety, cooperation, collaboration with Nigerian police. But in the last 3 years, nothing. And so many things are happening. You know, the PDP, Obasanjo's PDP, accused the police, even if you want to take bail money in police formations, divisions in the states and the rest, it shouldn't be in Louis Edet's house. Obasanjo's government accused PDP under Obasanjo accused the police that those PDP members they arrested, they had to pay 4 million naira as bail to release them. Up till now, no investigation was done. Nobody was indicted. Nobody was prosecuted. So if such things can happen in Louis Edet's house, or if such things can be rumor, the rumor is worse enough to be happening in Louis Edet's house, and there was no follow-up serious investigation to deal with people who demanded and collected that amount of money when bail is free indeed, then it means that is a sanction to zones of the Nigerian police force, state commands of the Nigerian police force, and other formations of the Nigerian police force, including divisional police stations, to collect the bribe freely without fear of evil. And
all right.
You are the media. You are the media. With this, tell me how many people have been arrested in Abuja, FCT, and other places for collecting bribe on the roads, on the highway, on the main road, on the streets. How many have been arrested during his tenure? So there have been absolutely no police.
All right. So I would love us to look at other stories, actually. I wish Egbetokun'S well. It's often said that when you resign, that is when you understand the consequences of what you have done while you were in power. And now his kinsmen from his village will start calling him, telling him how that they don't sleep at night because of attack by herdsmen. And lots of other family members, old schoolmates will now start calling him, telling him all the issues they have. And then he might understand what he had been doing all the while. But whatever it is, we wish him well and we welcome him to the real Nigeria now. Now let's take a look at other matters. How we escaped assassination in Benin. Obi Onyegu says. The barrister, you are a card-carrying member of the PDP, and I would love to know what you feel about this, knowing that both the PDP, ADC are all opposition. The ruling party is the APC. Okwebolo, the executive governor of Edo State, had threatened Peter Obi that he should be careful whenever he comes to Edo State, and that if he doesn't come, take excuses from him before coming to Edo State. Whatever he sees, he should take it. And now we have it that he was about to be lynched. What's your take on this, barrister, knowing that you are involved in politics and its play in the country?
You know, when the last time we spoke, you had me in your program. I was even thanking God that for now there's no political.
Exactly. I remember very well.
In the scene, if despite the fact that there's high political tension, and I hope that it continues. But you can see that there's not a departure from that. There's not a departure from that. Trying to attack with guns the opposition figures, and of course the ADC just a few weeks ago complained publicly that people they suspect to be APC elements went to their headquarters to destroy their secretariat, and they tried to even set it on fire, but it's just that the fire did not was not sustained to consume the building. So I hope that the National Security Advisor will be immediately will immediately condemn it, and not only condemn it, set a high-powered investigation team to investigate the root causes of this kind of assassination attack on one of the most prominent opposition figures we have in Nigeria today, because it is in the interest of the political stability of Nigeria for him to do that. Because just imagine if something has happened to Peter Obi, it means that it is better imagined than reality. So if they really advisor is to be proactive. If this continues, it means that before we even get to the 2027 general election, Nigeria will be in crisis.
But what's your take on this,
political turmoil,
barrister?
So being proactive means that when you see.
Yes, I actually wanted to add. You've said that the chief security officer, Nuhu Ribado, should do something about it. But what's your take on this when the president himself is maybe part of enablers, if I might use that? Because from the newspapers, we have it here that Tinubu to opposition, elections not won on social media. So don't you think that is a rhetoric that shows that he might be not too... maybe he might really not care what happens to opposition at this point. So do you think President Bola Tinubu plays politics the way it should be done?
Personally, I to say the truth, I do not believe that Bola Tinubu plays politics the way it should be done. In fact, I believe that he plays politics the way that will not ensure the political growth and development in Nigeria. But even saying that, I believe that since he's at the highest leadership position in Nigeria today, it is in his enlightened self-interest that Nigeria should not go up in flames, that Nigeria should not be on fire, that there should not be political crisis and turmoil. And because number one, it will completely damage whatever is left of his legacy, and that he ought to project after he leaves office. So it is in his own, this one now, not collective self-interest, his personal enlightened self-interest. So a stitch in time saves 9. So when you see signal, because this is a new dimension, and you know the governor there. That's why you say I didn't call on the governor, because the governor, instead of the governor to order investigation, he was accusing the ADC. So how can, if I call on the governor now to carry out investigation, at least I know where the investigation will get. The investigation will just write a report that is a faction of the ADC that went to attack him. Because even without even getting the facts right, he has already concluded his report on who was attacking Peter Obi. So the governor, as far as I'm concerned, is completely biased. So he cannot carry out, he cannot. And of course, this governor, all he has been trumpeting is that he wants to bring 3.5 million votes to Tinubu in the 20. And I don't know where he's going to get the votes, because I don't know whether reading, he has checked how many people voted in Edo State in the last election, and with even now, voter apathy is seriously deteriorating, because for now, even the new leadership of INEC, which was trying to give up hope, the way he has conducted his activities makes the INEC leadership to project hopelessness, because they went to involve himself in PDP internal crisis. He has failed woefully. Last FCT election was, I told you that it's a referendum on Joash Amotekun. It's a it's not even going to really be a referendum on APC, because we are all agreed that the APC government from 2015, from Buhari to Tinubu, has failed completely.
All right. So, Barrister, just to cut you short, Barrister, just to interject there, we understand that another of our guests, Innocent Adolugba, has just joined us. Thank you so very much, Innocent. We truly do appreciate your time, even if we are just about to wind down for today. Are you there?
Yes, I hope you can.
Yes. Yes, we can hear you. So, Innocent, we have less than 90 seconds and or 120. Please help us. What's your take on the attack on Peter Obi in Edo State and the lackadaisical attitude of Okwebolo, the executive governor of Edo State, treating this matter like it should be done? What is happening to our democracy? What is happening to our political culture in 2026?
Oh, well, good morning. My pleasure to be here. I think that I don't know if Nigeria will have some misplaced priority. The results of the 2023 presidential elections shows that President Bola Tinubu was the winner, followed by His Excellency Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi. So I don't know why the APC are obsessed with Peter Obi, who came third. I'm always wondering, like, if I were the person contesting, I'll be bothered with my rival who is closest on my heels. So I think the country seemed to have made Peter Obi very important, maybe more than he could have been. You know, and for a country where the security of life and property is at a premium, you would be surprised that somebody of the caliber of a presidential aspirant is at such risk. And it's easy to point finger. The fingers will be pointed at the opposition. So, and I think it's a litmus test for the nursery governor, Monday Okwebolo of Edo State. Nursery because if you look across the country, he's the youngest at a kindergarten level.
Yeah.
Some are in their second tenure, some are in their first tenure. He is at the nursery stage. So these are the tests of character for him to come out with statesmanly comments, with diplomatic mediations, not the type we are seeing now, Henry. So I don't know. I think Henry, it's deplorable.
Very
The
deplorable.
aspirants.
Yes, very so deplorable. But just before we wind down, what's your take on Egbetokun'S resignation? Do you think that is coming too early or coming too late? What's your take on that? Just before we call it a wrap for the segment.
Let's thank the IG Egbetokun, one of Nigeria's most literate and enlightened, I dare say. Very commendable. I salute him. I think he is just one of the pieces in the political crossfire of insecurity and banditry. He's just, I wouldn't put any blame directly on his doorsteps. If you go by the revelations we are getting from this banditry and insecurity economy, it's a new economy of some sort.
Yeah.
So I would think Egbetokun has come, had seen, and maybe has conquered his share. If take it from me, he's just caught in the crossfire. The insecurity seems to be bigger than him. So I won't judge him by some of these things. It's all carrying political pigmentation. But there are names being bandied here and there, and it tells us that President Bola Tinubu may be looking to complete his boardroom with a college of Lagos boys. If you go by the name Tunji Disu being banded, all of them are from the funnel, the Lagos funnel. There was MD Abubakar, all of them rising from Lagos Zone 2 here. That way. I've been personally in more than several handshakes with Tunde Disu. He is very ageless. He is not well. He is a restless man, very alert and sniffy. I think he fits into that job perfectly if he will not be caught in the political crossfire of the insecurity.
All right, I think we lost Innocent there, but we have to call it a wrap for this particular segment and hope that both gentlemen, His Greatness and the Innocent Adoluba, would join us. That is when we return. Did CBN block a 1,000 Naira to a dollar Naira? Shettima reveals a shock FX intervention. That in the Beat Enterprise morning it is. Don't go anywhere.
We'll be right back.